Hello, all new F1 doctors. We love you, you're doing great, and we're all really proud of you, and you should be proud of everything that you've achieved. The NHS, as I'm sure you know, is in a pretty bad state right now. It's a bad place to work, it's a bad time to join the workforce as a doctor. But before I go any further with this series of videos aimed at you guys that are joining us next week, as crazy as that is, please do continue to be proud of everything that you've achieved. Graduating medical school is an incredible thing. Welcome to the profession. Now, this is just a quick reminder because it's something that you need to be wary of at the moment as you're starting work, just to kind of set your grounding off on the right foot, because many of you will be, or should be, undergoing a shadowing period, an induction period, before you're due to start work on the 3rd of August as a brand new Foundation Year 1 doctor. And this is obviously really important to get you in the swing of things, get you used to the environment, the systems, everything that you're going to be working with. And this video is a reminder that this shadowing and induction period is paid. Specifically, the agreement is that new F1s will be paid the equivalent of their basic salary divided by 261 working days for each of their shadowing days. So for me, when I started as a brand new FY1, our salary was £28,880 a year. That divided by 261 working days would give me a total of about £110 per day, which is what I was paid for each of my shadowing days on induction. It should not be any less than this, and please check your pay slip when you receive it to make sure that you've received the correct amount. The reason why this national agreement had to be come to was that some trusts were massively underpaying their new F1s for this shadowing period. This is now a national agreement in England between the BMA, the Doctors' Union, and NHS employers, so there is nothing that a trust can do to get around this. And the second thing is that any and all parts of your induction count as work, which includes any mandatory e-learning modules that you have to do. And for a new starter in the NHS, there is often quite a bit, which might include compulsory prescribing modules, fire safety, manual handling, that kind of thing. And it is possible, and acceptable to be fair, that you may be given this as work to do in your own time, rather than given a specific period during induction to complete it. And while I think that is acceptable, what is really crucial is that because it constitutes work, then you must either be paid for that additional time that you're doing in your own time to complete these tasks at your standard FY1 rate, or, and this is what will happen more commonly, be given the time back in lieu, or toil as it's called, to be taken at a time that is convenient for you and your workplace. And again, trusts may decide to do one or the other. They may say, we'll pay you for these hours, you can take the hours back if you can at some point. But the rub is that if you are asked to do this stuff in your own time before you start work properly, then there should be a clear plan in place that is clear to everyone, whether you are A, getting paid, or B, getting the time back. It's not acceptable to ask you to do this stuff in your own time and then not give you one of those two things back. As ever, if you have any problems with this practically, then speak to your supervisor and your BMA representative. Get people involved early and get off on the right foot with regards to your contractual rights. Work is work, and induction and e-learning is also work, and you should be paid or compensated for the work that you do. This isn't controversial, this is basic employment contracts, and these new starter inductions have been happening every year for a very long time. There is no excuse for an employer not to get it right, so as I say, any problems, escalate and escalate early. Make it clear that you know what your rights are, and I will link the relevant documentation in the description below. Thanks.